Welcome to PlayOwnAi. Exploring Metaverse is Dead. Did big tech fail? Biggest debates.
Metaverse Dead. Big tech fail? Opening statement. Concept of metaverse, once hailed as future of virtual interaction, increasingly shown signs of decline. Big tech's aggressive investment failed to materialize sustainable, engaging platform, leading many to declare metaverse effectively dead. This motion explores reasons behind this failure. Argument 1. Oversold promises and unrealistic expectations. Metaverse initially presented as groundbreaking digital realm where users engage in endless possibilities, from socializing to gaming and virtual commerce. Companies like Meta, formerly Facebook, invested billions, branding Metaverse as next internet revolution. However, these promises not fulfilled. User engagement not materialized to anticipated levels, with many users expressing disappointment over lack of substantial content and community. According to survey by Verge, 87% of users reported feeling disillusioned with their experiences in Metaverse, underscoring gap between expectations and reality. Argument 2. Technological barriers and accessibility issues. To successfully interact within Metaverse, users require specialized hardware, such as VR headsets, which prohibitively expensive. Need for robust internet connectivity and understanding of complex platforms further alienates potential users. Analytics firm Statista reported that as of 2023, VR headset adoption remained below 10% among consumers in major markets. This limited access creates significant barrier to entry, preventing Metaverse from reaching broader audience, ultimately signaling its stagnation. Argument 3. Shift in focus of big tech. Since initial push for Metaverse, many tech giants shifted their focus toward generative AI and other innovations that promise quicker returns on investment and more immediate consumer appeal. For example, Meta recently announced pivot towards AI-driven products amidst dwindling interest in their virtual reality initiatives. This abrupt shift reflects recognition that Metaverse's potential not realized in timeline attractive to shareholders. Such strategic realignments from key players indicate widespread acknowledgement that Metaverse, as concept, faltering. Conclusion. In conclusion, evidence strongly supports motion that Metaverse dead and that big tech failed to deliver on its lofty promises. With unmet user expectations, technological barriers, and strategic pivot toward other innovations, disillusionment surrounding Metaverse serves as cautionary tale of how ambition needs to matched by viable execution. Optimism surrounding Metaverse faded, leaving big tech to grapple with implications of their overextended vision.
Metaverse dead. Big tech fail? Opening statement. Contrary to assertion that Metaverse dead and that big tech failed, reality that Metaverse alive and evolving. While challenges certainly exist, these obstacles reflect natural progression of any groundbreaking technology rather than outright failure of concept or its proponents. Counterargument 1. Evolution not failure. Metaverse not static entity but rather evolving concept. Companies like Meta continuously refining their visions and platforms based on user feedback. While early expectations overly optimistic, this not indicate death. Rather, it showcases need for evolution in face of real-world challenges. Recent developments, such as new immersive experiences in gaming and virtual events, demonstrate that Metaverse adapting, not stagnating. Innovations in user engagement strategies and expansion of digital social interactions evidence of living platform that continues to grow. Counterargument 2. Growing user adoption and interest. While it's true that VR headset adoption faced hurdles, recent statistics from International Data Corporation, IDC, show that market for AR/VR devices projected to grow by over 35% annually in coming years. Furthermore, massive events like Metaverse Expo and virtual concerts attracted millions of participants, proving demand and potential of Metaverse. Platforms like Roblox, Fortnite, and VRChat report millions of active users engaging in Metaverse activities on daily basis, signaling robust interest and adoption that contradicts claims of dying concept. Counterargument 3. Investment and innovation continues despite critiques. Significant investments into Metaverse by major corporations indicate belief in its potential, most notably, Meta's commitment to build Metaverse infrastructure. Tech giants investing in interoperability and improved technologies to ensure more seamless online experience. Moreover, Companies like Microsoft exploring enterprise applications of Metaverse, from virtual meetings to training simulations, thus expanding utility and appeal of virtual environments beyond gaming to practical, everyday business applications. Conclusion: argument that Metaverse Dead fails to acknowledge its dynamic nature and ongoing investment that signals strong belief in its future. Instead of complete failure, situation reflects growing pains of emerging technology. As user engagement increases and innovative applications developed, Metaverse positioned not only for survival but also for significant growth, rejecting notion that big tech abandoned its promise.
Metaverse Dead. Big tech fail? Summary of proposition. Proposition argues that Metaverse effectively dead due to unfulfilled promises, technological barriers, and shift in focus from major tech companies. They highlight high disillusionment rates among users and point out that investments in Metaverse not resulted in sustainable engagement or meaningful participatory platforms. Notion that big tech recognized these challenges and pivoting towards other innovations, indicating failure of Metaverse concept. Summary of opposition. Opposition counters that Metaverse not dead but evolving, emphasizing that challenges face typical in progression of new technologies. They point out that user engagement increasing, evidenced by growing participation in virtual events and projected increase in AR/VR device adoption. Furthermore, ongoing investments and developments by major tech firms suggest strong belief in Metaverse potential, highlighting that it adapting to meet user needs rather than stagnating. Analysis. Both sides present compelling arguments. Proposition successfully addresses critical user disillusionment and challenges posed by technological access, using statistics to support their claims. However, opposition counters these points effectively by framing Metaverse as dynamic entity that's still evolving and capable of growth amidst challenges. They provide evidence of increasing user engagement and ongoing corporate investment. Opposition's perspective emphasizes broader, more optimistic view of Metaverse future, suggesting that failure is part of natural development process rather than indicators of complete downfall. In conclusion, while proposition raises valid concerns regarding user engagement and big tech's shifting priorities, opposition effectively argues that Metaverse in state of evolution rather than death. Ultimately, it appears that while initial expectations not met, there is enough evidence of ongoing growth and adaptation to suggest that Metaverse not dead and that big tech, while challenged, not failed in its entirety. Therefore, I favor opposition's view.